Now, Orlando's fire chief talks to News 6 about his department's response to the Pulse nightclub shooting.
It comes after police released detailed reports from that day. According to OPD, firefighters stood just feet away from the nightclub for several minutes, waiting for the all clear from police before opening the fire station's doors back on June 12th. 49 people died and 53 more were hurt in the shooting. Tonight, the fire chief is standing by his crew. News 6 reporter Troy Campbell is live at Fire Station 5, not far from Pulse. And Troy, you talked with the fire chief today. He says the firefighters did what they were trained to do.
The fire chief says the irony with having this fire station so close to Pulse is that this area was actually considered a part of the immediate crime scene. The crew inside watching people flood the street filled with blood, even showing up here to be treated. The fire chief saying that his crew was trained to wait for that all clear from police before opening these doors.
If we become victims ourselves, we can't render aid.
Orlando Fire Chief Roderick Williams responding to a newly released report from police where an officer wrote he watched outside Fire Station 5 next to Pulse minutes after the first shots were reported, as there were, quote, several people knocking on the station's door, adding fire personnel wouldn't come outside. The fire chief says his crew wanted to help the wounded who showed up to the fire station, but protocol requires them to wait for the all clear from law enforcement.
We don't have equipment to protect us from bullets, from explosive devices, to hostage situation. Law enforcement carry guns. They have the equipment and the knowledge and the resources to mitigate those type of hazards.
The fire chief says with all the chaos unfolding in front of the fire station, his crews inside were following their training, not knowing if another shooter was close by.
They've heard the gunshots. They're seeing people run. There wasn't a way for them to know if the shooter was in front of the fire station at that point.
Absolutely not.
Chief Williams says after dispatch gave the all clear, the fire crew inside Station 5 began treating victims just feet from the nightclub.
The bay doors went up minutes later. It was just minutes. So once that scene was deemed safe, we treated. Firefighters are not designed to go take on bullets. They don't have guns. We don't carry guns. We don't carry protective gear like that, like law enforcement, bulletproof vests.
The fire chief also says while his crew was inside waiting for Orlando police to deem this area safe, they were inside gathering all of their first aid supplies, anticipating for when they were able to open the door. Also, coming up a little later at 6 o'clock, we're hearing from the chief how one of his fire crews here was able to reunite in the hospital with one of those shooting victims who showed up here to be treated that morning. Back to you.
All right, Troy Campbell reporting live in Orlando tonight. Thank you. And you can read the detailed reports from Orlando Police on our website. Just head to clickorlando.com, powered by News 6.